Good afternoon, campers at Camp Chaverim and all the others who are joining us for the Camping In show. Today is day 9 of the show, and we have a few exciting things on the show today, in particular the art contest that has taken off, and we'll have a little bit more about that later. But first, I hope all of you are doing well. I know it's not easy being cooped in, and we take these 2 hours to spend some time with one another, and we're going to take some questions and have some debates later and all the other exciting stuff that we do on this show. But first, a little bit of news. The president, Donald Trump, had signed into law the stimulus relief bill. So just to take a moment on that, the White House, the legislative branch, both were very concerned about the fact that thousands of businesses cannot, operate, and a lot of workers were laid off, and it's hurting the economy. It's hurting people financially, and so they signed a $2 trillion bill that is the largest bill in history, the relief bill, to provide businesses and individuals with money. They're going to send money to a lot of people at home, and they're going to also give loans to businesses.
After overwhelming bipartisan support in Congress, yesterday President Trump signed into law the largest economic aid package in history, aimed at easing the burden on workers and businesses suffering from the pandemic.
A sweeping $2.2 trillion package to provide financial assistance to cope with the impact of the coronavirus epidemic.
This will deliver urgently needed relief to our nation's families, workers, and businesses.
Checks will be sent to individuals of up to $1,200, twice that for couples, and an additional $500 for each child. It also boosts unemployment benefits and provides hundreds of billions of dollars for small and large businesses.
So I'm sure you're familiar from school, from learning about how a law is passed. We have the legislative branch, which is the Senate and the House, and without getting into too many details, a law has to start either in the Senate or in the House. It has to have passed with a small majority, which that's 51 senators, and it's a little bit more than half of the 235 congressmen or women.
On this vote, the yeas are 96. The nays are 0. The 60 vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
And then if the president likes it, he signs it into law, and then it becomes a law. So that just happened this past week. $2 trillion. A trillion is 1,000 billion. Okay, so don't forget, a million is 1,000,000. A billion is 1,000 million. And a trillion is 1,000 billion. Ouch, that's a lot of money. But again, it's a big country. So that's what's been happening on that front. Let's take a look at some of the videos that the boys sent of what they're doing during this camping in. And after that, I want to show you some interesting things that have been, some videos that I got from Eretz Yisrael, and then from Bloomingburg, New York. of how Yidden are managing this time and trying to be b'simcha and trying to help one another, because that's who we are as Yidden. Take a look.
Then I get dressed, and then I daven, and then I have breakfast, and then I learn, and then I have lunch, and then I learn, and then I go to the zoo. And now you'll see me learning Shema.
Now,
basically what we did is we made a homemade double machine. We took a plastic water bottle, we took a sack, we put paper around it, and we dipped it into the fish tank. Then we blow lightly on the opening of the fish. We had a baby girl. We had a baby girl.
I want to show you this video, like I said, came from Eretz Yisrael. The people are home. And these guys went on a truck with music, and they sang Pesach Nigunim outside, and all the kids came onto the porches to sing along. And then in the second video, you're going to see something similar, where I'm not sure if it's a known singer or not. They took some music onto the porch, and they made a velach and joined everybody to join singing, and that's us as Yidden. We keep b'simcha and keep the matzav going.
איזה יופי, איך אתם מרגשים אותי. כולו רצה ואיש יומדו אבו יסיינו ולונו כולם.
In the following video, you'll see Yidden davening mincha on their porches. This is in Givat Zev in Eretz Yisrael. They are davening best they can with a minyan, but of course not a minyan because the Rabbanim said not to daven with a minyan. So they're all on their porches and they're davening mincha, you know, Freila Kahet. In the following video, you'll see in Blumenberg, New York, the Yidden there knew that there are a lot of the residents, not Jewish or non-Jewish, that are stuck home and may not have enough food products. So they went around and they distributed boxes with essentials of food to make sure that the residents had enough food. And again, Mikam Chesro doing such amazing, beautiful things.
Please come out and pick up a free package of important food and beverages brought to you by the United Jewish Community of Bloomingdale. We look forward to meeting you. Thank you and have a nice day.
Brought to you by the United Jewish Community of Bloomingdale. We look forward to meeting you. Thank you and have a nice day. Ladies and gentlemen, our neighbors.
So as you could see, wonderful stuff that our campers are doing, wonderful stuff that Yidden around the world are doing to, you know, camping in, to be b'simcha, and to do what we got to do as Yidden, to daven and to learn. Interesting, and this is lahavdil, you know, the video I'm going to show you is of the Dutch orchestra. And they usually obviously play as a band, but now everybody's staying home. So they all played from home their piece that they do, because an orchestra is, you know, a symphony. It's got a lot of people playing at once. And each one of them played their shtiging, and then they took all the shtiging and they put it together and they produced the symphony that they play. So this is Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. Just showing you how people could come together, and even at times where you're not really together. So obviously, you know, that's what they're going to do. They play music, which is, you know, not a bad thing to play music, but that's how they keep themselves busy. Obviously, for us, we can be mechazik one another. We can reach out to one another. We can make other people happy by calling, by reaching out. Take a look. I would also want to show now a little bit about the art contest. I want to be able to put some of the submissions that came in. Obviously, it's on the site that I sent out to your parents, where you can go vote and you can ask your uncles and your aunts and everybody to vote. But I figured I'll show it to you here also, and then obviously you can't vote here, but you can go online to, if you know, your parents should direct you there to be able to vote on these art pieces. We're going to do voting until closer till the end of the week. And if you haven't submitted yet, then submit it quickly so we can upload it and people can vote on it. Take a look at some of the wonderful art projects that have come in. Wonderful stuff that the boys are doing. I'm very proud, very excited. And now let's not wait a minute longer for our story time by Avrami Bleich, who is back in the States as far as I know. Maybe he'll be on today. We'll be able to ask him about that. But Avrami Bleich's story, take a listen.
We'll be holding amazing story. Where are we holding this amazing story? We're holding with Josh. Is going to shul together with his Yiddish neighbor. For the first time in his life, he's going to a shul. He's so excited. He says, Yarmulke, he has his tzitzis. He's so excited. He's like, what is this? What are they going to do there? What's everyone going to tell me? Are they going to be nice to me? What's going to happen? He goes with his neighbor, the kids, and their father to shul. On the way, he sees how they're telling everyone good Shabbos. And he sees how nice everyone is to one another. He sees it's a different world. Everybody stops to another, they talk. So friendly, so beautiful. He was loving it. He was loving it. He goes to shul. He sees this massive shul. Tons of people. Everyone's so nice to each other. Everyone goes to their place. They open this book. He asks his friend, what is this? His friend tells him, this is what we pray from. They find him a siddur in English. They give it to him. They show him the place. It was fascinating. He was loving it. He was watching around, his eyes. Wow, this is beautiful. I am loving this. Why don't I have this every week? Maybe now we will. Why don't I have this every week? Now I will. And as davening goes by Friday night, he's just looking around. He's loving it. When davening finishes, he sees everyone going around telling each other good Shabbos. He learned this new word, good Shabbos. A few people went over to him, asked him, hi, how are you? Welcome to our community. What's your name? Where are you from? Beautiful. After davening, he goes with his friend for the Shabbos meal. This is what he was looking forward to the whole week. He was peeking into the window, watching them do all these things. They don't know what it was. They come home. They start singing Shalom Aleichem. They sit down around the table. He was just loving it. And they had this beautiful meal with singing, dancing, laughing. Beautiful. After the meal, he tells his friend, his neighbor, thank you so much for inviting me. Maybe next week I'll come again. They tell him good Shabbos. They tell him he should come to his parents next time. And he goes home. He goes home. He tells his parents about what happened tonight. Now. His father was very anti what was going on. He thought his son was just gonna find out a little bit what's going on and move on. He didn't think his son is gonna be all interested and maybe even become religious one day. What is this? On the other hand, his mother was very pro. She was like, go back to them, learn about Judaism, learn more about Yiddishkeit. But this is what went on that night. His father told him, nah, leave them alone. It's not for you. His mother went to him afterwards, told him, keep on going. Okay, he went to bed. He couldn't fall asleep. He was thinking about everything that went on. What was this? What's going on? The next morning, he wakes up so early. Looks out the window and he sees so many Yidden going to shul, coming home. He was loving it. Sunday morning, there's a knock on the door. Who is this knocking on the door? We'll find out tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Avrami Bleich, for the wonderful story and for your dedication to always submit it on time. I greatly appreciate that. Let us take a break right now with a song by Simcha Leiner, Lecha. Take a listen, beautiful song.
Shlomi, if we don't get this last song, there's no way this album is coming out on time.
Simcha, don't worry, we've got the song.
לשיר כיום אין אנחנו מספיקים להידייס לך להידייס לך
What a wonderful song. And yep, and now it's time for the live part of the show. We go live, we ask questions, continuing on all topics from all over the Torah, in particular on Pesach and these parshias that are leading to Pesach, meaning to say, not that we're laning now, but the parshias Shemois through, Yisrael. But not only on that, and everything else as well. Welcome aboard the live part of this show. This is Chaverimboyz Camping In, Day 9. Okay, welcome everybody. We're excited to have you on here. I did not chop the music video. I saw it before, but I was in a rush, so I just left it there without chopping. I still don't chop it. If somebody can be masber to me the music video, I don't chop. Usually the music video has some connection to what's happening with the song. The song is the Ein Anachma Speaking. We have to thank David. I'm not sure how that involves smashing a fish tank. I get the popping of the champagne. I don't get the smashing of the fish tank. If somebody could be masber to me later on in the show, I would very much appreciate it. I really don't. Actually, you know what? Why don't we? I think we have with us Avrami Bleich. Maybe Bleich understands this. Let me call on Avrami Bleich if he can please explain it to me. Avrami Bleich.
Yes, yes.
Avrami, you're on. Did you watch that video? First of all, are you back in the United States?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you. But you're still Avrami Bleich from Kiev. That's not going to change.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. First of all, thank you very much for the stories every day, and I can count on it. And you're doing a great service all over. We love it. You know, we were disappointed.
Wow.
The knock on the door. We don't know what's coming next. But can you be masper to me that music video? Do you chop it?
It's a schwer matzev.
It makes no sense. They're snatching stuff. And then there's a chosin at the end. What's the shaykh as a chosin? Who's that? Your little brother?
Schwer matzev. Yup.
What's his name? Shapsi.
Shapsi Shloimi.
Shapsi. You know Shapsi, I knew your grandfather, I knew your grandfather, Shapsi Vigdor. He was a tough Rav. Avrami, did you still know him?
Yep.
He was such a tough Rav. If your question took more than 10 seconds, he was already tackless. He was pushing you out. Anyways, Avrami, we'll get you on a little bit later. We're running already about 6 minutes late into this segment, so stay tuned. We'll get you back on. I want to start with the questions. Thank you very much. Okay, let us move on to questions over here. We are on the 9th day of this show. First of all, before I want to just announce the winner for Thursday are the Toronto Freedmans. It was all Freedmans together. They couldn't decide who was the one to put on the list, so I wrote Freedmans Toronto, and they won. So we're going to have to figure out where they want a gift certificate to. For this week, by the way, because I'm still mitching to get the gift certificates delivered to me because I'm not going out of the house. So that's why we didn't send them out. But this week I found some beautiful prize that I'm going to send. There is a company, I think it's called Magical, I can't remember what it's called now. They will send you a box with a bunch of crafts that you can do with your family. It's a box, it's a $30 box that they prepare based on the ages, which we're going to tell them your ages. And they're going to prepare a bunch of activities, and not just one, a bunch of activities that keep you busy for some time. That's what we're going to be raffling off for today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, Be'ez Hashem, and those things are going to be delivered directly to you. It solved my delivery problem. So, and again, the ones with the certificates will get it to you. Right now, I'm still muching to get that done. So let us begin with a question, and the question is open for everyone. I'm going to try to pull boys that were never picked. By the way, if you were never picked, you can put NP, never picked, NP in your name. Put it in capital letters, NP, so that I know you were never picked. This way I'm going to try to pick on boys who were never picked. I can't promise. We will try. Okay, so the first question that we have over here is, we're in the 9th day. Of Camp Show. So what we want to know is the 9th Chodesh, the Yiddish 9th Chodesh, which means to say, if you want to go with the Yiddish date, the 9th Chodesh, what is the 9th Chodesh? And this is a little bit of a complicated question because it can be more than one answer. What is the 9th Chodesh? We have a boy who writes here, he was never picked. I put you on if you could start your video. I was never picked, please. Somebody. Oh, it's Mati now. Mati? I'm not sure what's going on. I was never picked and we unmuted him. Oh, wait a second. Let's do this again. Someone was muted again. I was never picked. You are now unmuted. Okay, I was never picked, please. Wait, why is this giving me a hard time?
Islam.
There we go. How are you, Tzaddik? Okay, first of all, there's so much happening. Can you turn off that video, if you don't mind, so that we can see what's going on? Because we can't see, not the video, I mean, turn off the background, the fancy background. Could you turn that off?
Yeah.
Thank you. You're Shirley Fisher, right?
No.
What's your first name?
Shia Fisher.
Shia Fisher. You have a brother, Shirley, right?
No.
You don't have a brother, so why am I mixing you up? Shirley. Yiddi, sorry. Okay, Shia, how are you doing, Shia Fisher?
Good.
Okay, we had your video today of you playing piano. Do you play piano a lot?
Yeah.
Awesome. So maybe in this year in Camp Chaverim, we can just hire you to play the piano whenever we need somebody to play piano. How does that sound? Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what is the 9th chodesh?
Kislev.
Kislev. Kislev is right. Kislev is right. Now, there could be more than one answer. Okay, first of all, let's write you down. Shia Fisher, okay? I really hope you win because it's going to be a very nice package of, who's the one who had the answer? Is it you or is it your sister?
I don't know.
So I'll tell you the good news. If you win, then you have the box comes with enough activities for you and your sister. So promise her that you're not going to take it all to your room and play. You're going to let her use some of it, okay? What's her name?
Leah Fisher.
Leah. I know the Fisher part. Leah, I'm telling you, Shia hopefully will win, and then he will let you use it. There's a lot of activities in that box, okay? There's a lot more than one person. It's activities almost for whole family. So hopefully he wins. Now, do you know why there's more than one answer?
No.
You don't know. It was a good answer, but there's more than one answer. Let's see if somebody else. Thank you very much for coming on, Shia. You got the answer right. We put your name down. Let's see if somebody can tell me why there is more than one answer for this. Okay, we have somebody here. Whoopsie, there we go. And okay, we got them on. How are you doing, Brach boys? 1 second, we don't hear you. We see you, we don't hear you. It could be that's a problem on my end. No, it says that you're not muted. Is your sound on? You have to make sure your sound is on, because on our end, the sound is on, means that you're not muted. So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know why. We see you, but we don't hear you. Okay, I don't know. Could you try to talk now, see what happens? Oh, we don't hear you, we don't hear you. Could you ask an adult to help you at how to activate your sound? Because you have to maybe press a button there to activate the sound. Okay. In the meantime, can you try to, do you know how to use the chat to type? Did you figure out that chat, how to type? If you figured out the chat, you can type, what could be the other answer? Okay, because Shia Fisher said it's Chodesh Kislev, and he's right, but there can be another answer. Which ninth? The 9th Chodesh. Oh, now we have with us Rabbi Brach. We're gonna wait a moment. Rabbi Brach, you might have had to activate the sound. Upon entering, you can choose enable sound, not enable sound. So we're gonna wait for this to be figured out. What you could do if you can't find it, you can log out and log back in, and then when you're logging back in, it should give you the option. It is like a silent film. We're watching the whole Brach family working hard to try to figure this out. And, Okay, we're gonna, when you come back on, just make sure to name yourself Brach, Brach boys. So we have a few Brach boys. So just write, we were never picked Brach, so we'll know which one, okay? I suggest you log out and log back in again, and then we'll give you the choice. We're going to move on in the meantime to another board. We'll try to come back to the Brach family in a moment. Okay, we have, again, what's the other answer that could be? What is the other answer that could be over here? We have more than one answer. And we have with us a Mordechai. 1 second, Mordechai, you're on. NP Mordechai, you are on. How are you, Tzaddik? What's your name?
Mordechai.
Mordechai. Yeah, and what's your last name?
Lichtenstein.
Lichtenstein. So Mordechai, what is the other possible answer for the 9th Chodesh? Sivan. Now that's correct. We're going to write your name down. Okay, so it's Mordechai. Okay, what was the last name again? Sorry? Lichtenstein. Now explain to us, why is there such a thing as two answers? I mean, what do you mean? It's the 9th month, so which one is it? Well, how can it be there's more than one answer? Do you know?
You start from Tishrei.
Oh, depends if you start from Tishrei or from Nisan. Look how smart this boy is. Rabbi Mordechai Lichtenstein is very smart. Him and Shia Fisher got both answers correctly, and that is there is more than one answer. Meaning, if you start counting from Tishrei, which is what we know, Tishrei Nivra Ha'olam, right? Then you start then the 9th Chodesh. The way we have Rosh Hashanah at the beginning of the year is Tishrei. 9 months later is Chodesh Sivan. But if you're starting from Nisan, because Nisan is considered the first Chodesh in the Yiddish calendar, then 9 months later is Kislev. So both answers be correct. It's actually a machlekes between Ibn Shor and Ibn Lazar, if I'm not mistaken, that I might be corrected on. And, that is the correct answer. So yes, thank you very much. And we wrote your name down, Mordechai Lichtenstein. Great job. Which yeshiva are you from? Welke Chayda? Wiener Chayda?
Yeah.
Okie doke, Wiener Chayda. So do you miss going to Chayda, or you're happy being at home?
Yeah, I miss Chayda.
You miss Chayda? Wow. Okay, that's wonderful. Because a lot of boys are not missing Chayda. A lot of boys that we bring on the show, they say they're happy. They can stay home all day. They don't have a problem. But I guess Wiener Chayda is an amazing Chayda. What is it?
It's his birthday today.
Wait a second. Why do we know that? What birthday? How old are you?
11.
How old did you become?
11.
11. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just didn't hear it right away. Wait, we got to play our birthday song for the 11th birthday. Wait.
It's your birthday also.
Oh, you're twins?
Yeah. 3 years apart.
Huh?
3 years apart.
So then you're not twins.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have the same birthday. So so usually do you get 2 cakes or 1 cake?
2. Sometimes 1.
Sometimes 1, sometimes 2. I got you. I have 2 kids also have the same birthday, but that's because they're twins. Okay, so we're gonna have wish a happy birthday. So a happy birthday to Mordechai Lichtenstein and his sister. What's your sister's name? Oh wait, we couldn't hear that. What's your sister's name? Leah? Rochaleah. Okay. So we have a Mazel Tov birthday. We have a lot of Mazel Tovs today. As you saw earlier in the show, we had the Fishman from Lakewood, had a baby girl sister. And now we have the Lichtenstein family celebrating double birthday today. So today, is there more than 1 cake, or what's the story today? Is there 2 cakes at home today?
1.
Just 1. It's Erev Pesach, but your birthday always comes at Erev Pesach. What are you going to do about it? You can't change that, right? Unless we push off Pesach, which we can. Okay, it's awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. And we're going to, let's continue on. Thank you very much, Lichtenstein family, for coming on. Let's move on with another question. And this question we're going to do for Kita Aleph, Beis, or Gimel boys. These are for younger boys. Raise your hand if younger boys. And the following question is, what is the 9th Makkah? We have 10 Makkahs. What is the 9th Makkah? The 9th Makkah, if you never had a chance, you can put NP in your name, and I will try to call on you. No promises. Okay, the 9th Makkah. What is the 9th Makkah? And okay, we have with us. Whoa, wait a second. There we go. Wait. Why can't we get this to work? Yeah, look who we have with us. How are you, Tzaddik?
Good.
Good. What's your name?
Yitzchak.
Yitzchak, and your last name?
Weil.
Yitzchak Weil. I had your brother on the show the other day. Oh, there he is. And we had you. But when we had you on the show, you weren't talking. You were just showing us shtick that you know how to do with your lips. You still know how to do those shtick? You don't have to be shy. Those were very geschmack shtick. That's like for a talent show. When you come this year to Chaverim, hopefully. Okay. Now, what's you know the 9th Makkah? Do you know what it is?
Choshech.
Choshech, that is right. Choshech. What's your first name? Sorry, again, you told me, but I forgot.
Yitzchak.
Yitzchak. Okay, Yitzchak Weil. Okay. That is the right answer, Choshech. What do you think, in your opinion, Yitzchak, what was the scariest Makkah? The scariest one? Which one do you think?
Magus Bechoides.
Bechoides was the scariest.
In the Chayas.
Oh, and the Chayas. Which one? Chayas or the scariest or Bechoides? Which one?
Chayas and Chay.
The Chayas, right?
Bechoides.
Bechoides. Okay. I think either one of them was terrifying. You imagine, right? All the mitzvim, they're laying in bed and there's crocodiles coming from under their beds and only the Eden were relaxed. Anyways, good choice. Thank you, Yitzchak. We put your name down. Hopefully you can win this raffle.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we have smart boys. Let's move on to, we are moving on for another question. And then this question, let me see if I could try to find before we pick the brachs. And now we have to find them again. How do we pick them? I hope they call themselves brach. Let me search because, yes, we had not picked brach family. Okay, I hope that's the one. So right now, here's the question. The question is, what does it mean, shmura matzah? You're going to hear the word shmura matzah all the time. What is shmura matzah? Is it a flavor of matzah? Shmura matzah? Is it matzah dipped in chocolate? What does it mean, shmura matzah? If you know the answer, tell us, what does it mean, shmura matzah? Raise your hand. And let's see, how do I find the, okay, I don't know. Let's see if we find the Brach family. Let me see if I can get them. Did I get them? Is that the one? Yes, we got you back on. Let me see if I can unmute you now. Okay, hold on. Okay, oops. Okay, let's try talking now. We still don't hear you, unless you're not talking. No, I don't know why. We unmuted you and we don't hear you. That's a very good question. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come soon to a question that you can maybe show me an answer with your hands. Okay, so this way we can figure this out soon. Okay, stick around and we'll come back with a question. For some reason, we cannot unmute. I think it's on your end, something with enabling sound. But in the meantime, let us move on. So we had this wonderful question. What does it mean, shmura matzah? And we have, whoa, a lot of guys know these answers. I didn't know the answer when I was that age. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, what do we got over here? We got okay, we got with us, who do we have here? We got who's this? Hasenfeld? The Golden Gate Bridge again.
Yeah.
And the disappearing people. So first of all, if you can take away that special effect from the back so we could see you like a mensch, if you could take that off, because you keep on disappearing in and out of the bridge and it makes us scared every time that you fell into the water. So I don't know if you know how to turn that off. Oh, much better. Okay, awesome. So we got all the Hasenfeld kids. This is a little bit of a tough question. What does it mean, shmura matzah?
Matzah that was made by a person, not by machine, in 18 minutes.
A person and not by machine?
Under 18 minutes.
No, shmura, matzahs that are made by machine are machine matzahs.
The wheat was washed.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
The wheat was washed from when it was made.
Okay.
From when it was cut.
Oh, now you're going already deep because then you have shemura from sha'as ketzira. Okay, you got the answer right. Let me explain though a little bit more. There is shemura means watched, like shmira, right? To shomrim, to watch. There's two kinds of shemura. Shemura mishas ketzira means that from the moment that they cut the wheat, they watched it that no water came in contact with it. But then you don't, then there's shemura, just plain shemura from sha'as lisha, from the moment that they started making the dough. But you're right that shemura is to watch. So who do I put down as into the raffle? Who do I put into the raffle? The whole family?
Everyone.
Everyone. You're saying everyone, but she got the answer. Who do we put down? What's your name?
Shana.
Shana. I'm going to put down Shoshana Hasenfeld. And if Shoshana wins, then if she's a nice sister, she can share the craft. Everybody. But, you know, that's going to be her choice. But she got the answer right. Thank you very much, Hasenfeld family, for coming on the show. Very correct answer. So, boys, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There are two kinds of shemura, but most of the matzahs that we have are shemura.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So, like you said, like I explained before, there's two kinds of shemura. Shemura from the moment of ketzira, from the moment it's cut, and shemura mish'as lisha. You know, shemura matzah is a chumrah. Technically, you don't have to have that it was watched from the minute it was cut. You don't, you know, from the moment it was lisha, you should have, but again, it's not ma'akiv. If you look in Mishnayos, people used to make a dough, step out of the room for a minute, then it's not shemura. But we're Baruch Hashem very machmer that in most of our matzahs are watched from the minute it was cut. Okay, wonderful answers, and wow, we're running out of time. Let's move on. We're going to move on to Shmona Esrei. This is like a little bit of a trick question. Shmona Esrei has how many brachas in it? How many brachas does Shmona Esrei have in it? How many brachas does Shmona Esrei have in it? Let's give us over here. We got, one second. Chesky Weinberger, you are on. Just trying to get his video spotlight.
Mommy.
Okay, Chesky, how you doing, Chesky?
18 and they added 1.
Wow, straight all the
Good.
whole answer. 18 and they added 1. So the total of 19. Because when I went to school, 18 plus 1 was 19. I don't know if it's still the same way because now they have the new math. And it's very complicated. But 19 brachas. Now let me ask you a question. What does the word Shemona Esrei mean?
18.
18. So if it has 19, why are we calling it Shemona Esrei, right? So like you said, they added it. Who added it? Do you know? That's a tough question. That's fine. You got the answer right. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's write you down. Chesky Weinberger. But I wonder if anybody knows. Do you know which one was added, by the way? Which bracha was added? You're not sure? You don't know. But you got the answer right. So now we're going to go and see if we can find somebody who can tell us which bracha was added. Okay, but thank you very much, Chesky. How's it going down over there in the 20th Avenue? It's like the other side of Borough Park. I haven't been there in a month because like I'm stuck home already for 3 weeks, and it's like the whole other side of Borough Park. Maybe I'm gonna go Cholamoy trip to 20th Avenue. You know, just like go see things. You know, I haven't like seen the outside. You know, we'll go Cholamoy trip. If I come Cholamoy trip, would you wave to me?
Yeah.
Yes, believe me, I'll honk outside. If you see somebody honking nonstop from an old jalopy van, that's gonna be me. Okay, one of the camp vans. Okay, I didn't even move the camp van in a month. It's sitting there. Who knows what's happening? Okay, Gewaldig. Thank you very much, Chesky, for coming on. And let us move on to somebody who can answer the next question, and that is, which bracha was added? Which bracha was added, and who added it? So we have with us Jungreis. You're on, Jungreis. There we go. How you doing? Oh, this is a camper and a student. You don't get that every day. I have a camper and a student. This is Chaim Michiel Jungreis, who was a camper in 6th grade Knackers of last year. And he's also a student of mine from the Chayde. Awesome. By the way, first of all, Chaim Michiel, tell me the honest truth. Do you miss English or not?
No.
You don't? Oh, maybe I should have not asked for the honest truth. Maybe I should have asked for the right answer. I miss very much, you know, with the boys and everything else. It's gewaldig. You know what I'm worried about? All the Danishes that I have in the closet there. It's coming Pesach now. What's going to be? I didn't have a chance to go clean it. Do you think they took care of it for me? I left it open over there. I hope, because, you know, I have to explain to the other boys. I'm a principal in Kozenberg Chayde, and we have a store that we sell stuff, not for money, for learn and earns, just like we have in camp. And we have like a closet full of Danishes. And now I'm just thinking it's getting, you know, Pesach is coming. It's going to be Chometz Hashem Yirachem. Okay, Chaim Michiel, tell us, which bracha was added?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, do you know who added it? No, they made the first 18. 18 brachas were made by Anshe Knesset Gdola, and then there was one that was added. So you don't know which one was added. Do you want to take a shot at it? Which one?
Tzedika?
No, that was close. It was close though. I'm just looking again at the Brach boys who I can't get the sound. If you know the answer, you can write it down on a piece of paper and you can put it by your camera and then I can look at it. So if you know the answer, Brachs, I'm going to wait 10 seconds for them to be able to do that. They can write it down. I can't get them to be unmuted. It's fancy buttons, too much technology. Anyways, good to see you, Chaim Michiel. I see your sister is there. What's your sister's name?
Perry.
Mary? Mary is Chaim.
Perry.
Perry?
Yeah.
Okay, Perry. Is Chaim Michiel a nice brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and if he wasn't, you know what I mean, you wouldn't take the risk of saying he's not, right? He's sitting right there, you know what I'm saying? But yes, I know Chaim Michiel. He's a great kid, and it's a lot of fun having him. You're so lucky you have him all the time. I only have him for like 2 hours a day. Okay, thank you, Chaim Michiel, for coming on, and let us move on. We still are looking for who made the added bracha, and which is the added bracha, which is the added bracha. By the way, take off the NP from your name now because you were picked now. Okay, we got with us Dovi Newman. Dovi Newman, you are on. Yes, Dovi, how are you? Velam al Shinim was added on. That's correct. That's true. Very good. Velam al Shinim. And who's the one who added it? Do you know?
Shmuel Kuda.
Wow, Shmuel Cotton. That's correct. So let me explain. That is Gavaldik over there. Chaparan, eat all the Lakshin before Pesach comes. And then eat no Lakshin once Pesach comes. Okay, so we have with us Dovi Newman who knew the answer. By the way, Dovi, which chai did you go to?
Or Moshe, 18th Avenue.
Or Moshe? Yeah. You have a principal, Rabbi Walpin?
English principal.
Yeah, he's English principal. He's my friend. And we talk sometimes principal stuff. So he's a great principal. You're lucky to have Rabbi Walpin as a principal. So yes, Dovi Newman got the answer right, and I wrote his name down for this raffle. Hopefully he can win this great package of crafts to do. And just to explain his answer, there was a time of Shmuel HaKotan, one of the Amiroim, many years after they made the Shemona Esrei, and there was a situation that people unfortunately were telling out on other Yidden, which is also to do. Now, I'm not saying if one Yid is with a big stick and he's about to Hashem hurt another Yid, that's a different story. You have to call the police. We're talking about like if somebody knew somebody didn't pay a tax or whatever, it's none of your business. And there was a situation people were telling out, and it's also. And they made this brocha of Velam al Shinim. Shmuel HaKotan added this brocha of Velam al Shinim. And we have the 19th bracha in there. And if you notice the words of Velam al Shinim, it talks about people who snitch should not chas v'sholem do that. I'm sorry, Chaim, what are you saying?
Means that other people should be like to smash.
Yes, all the people who tell out should chas v'sholem. Okay, thank you very much, Dovi. It's good to see you on the show. Which kita are you in? Kita Bayz? I couldn't hear you. I'm not sure what did you say Kita Bayz? Kita Bayz. Unbelievable. Yes. It's unbelievable. They teach so much in our Moshe. Maybe, is there room in your class if I want to come to your class?
No, there's no more room.
If they bring me a big chair, because I want to learn. You learn so much. It's unbelievable.
No more room.
There's no more room. Okay. If there's no more room, there's no more room. Then I can't. Then you know what? Then I'm going to stick to Klozim Gechaida with Chaim Michiel Jungras. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Dovi, for coming on. And did your sisters help you with the answers?
My father helped me.
Oh, your father. Gewaldig. So you know what? If you win, then you have to be able to keep everybody busy. You're going to run a day camp and keep everybody busy with the crafts, and not nobody should be bothering your father and your mother. Finished. That's it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Let's move on. Wow, we're running out of time. Okay, we're going to go for a couple more minutes, and then we'll start the second part of the show. And then if we need more time, we'll go afterwards with more questions. Okay. Whoa, okay, tough questions over here. I'm going to go on with a tough question. I like the tougher questions because, you know. And here's a tougher question. It's not a tough, it's just tougher. It says that by Matan Torah, all the people who were blind were able to see, and all the people who were deaf were able to hear. How do we know that? Where in the pasuk do we know that all the people who were blind who were able to see, and all the people who were deaf were able to hear? We have with us the Deutsches. Deutsches, you are on. Oh, how are you? First of all, I'm so glad you're on the show. Never Deutsches. I missed the Deutsches. We have a bunch of Deutsches names coming up on the show, and we already picked a few Deutsches. And I was hoping one of them should be you. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, we're talking about like the whole, like the entire Deutsch army. This is not just the Deutsch family, this is the Deutsch army. Awesome. We have all the way from Ephraim, who was still a general in my early years, for Green Team.
Green Team, wow.
Of course. And then Bli Ayin Hara, we got the whole clan. It's great seeing everybody, but give us the answer. Everybody's chalashing for the answer. That's correct. Yitzchak, right? Shlomi. See, but it's not, you can't blame me for forgetting, because you know what I'm saying? Bli Ayin Hara, I had everybody. It's like teachers, you know, they have your oldest brother and they call that name for all the siblings that come after. So that's what happens. Okay. So let me explain Shlomi's answer.
You didn't have a teacher.
And the answer he's giving is, it says in the pasuk, "V'chol ha'am," the whole nation, roim v'sakoilos, were able to see sakoilos. So that was a nest, you could see sound. But more than that, the fact that it says that everybody was able to see sound, everybody means everybody. If someone's blind, that's not everybody. And the only way to be able to make sure that it was everybody was the fact that the blind became were able to see, and the deaf were able to hear. And that is how Chazal tell us that from there we know is that everybody got a refuah. So that was that. Before we let you go, Shlomi, how are you managing there at home with all your siblings? Tell us the truth. Take them away. They're behaving?
I guess so.
So you're guessing so. Okay, your guess is as good as mine. Okay, are they bossing you around?
What?
Are they bossing you around?
Now we see you on the
No.
Not at all? They're nice to you?
No, you see me talking on the phone,
Okay. Well, if you win, you give the nice brother part of the crafts, okay?
Let's see, maybe.
That's crazy. Okay, your sister, though, she's very nice to you. Okay, good to see you all. Thank you for coming on the show, and keep smiling. I missed that smile. Keep smiling. Okay, that was wonderful. That was a Deutsch army.
That's so weird.
If you never met the Deutsch army, you don't know why I call them an army. They're like a whole army, Bli Ayin Hara. Okay, so we have, let us move on to the second part of the show so we can try to running with a certain schedule and time. I still have somebody who's unmuted. I'm not sure how. There we go. Somehow we have somebody who's unmuted by mistake. These things happen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start the second part of the show. And right after that, we're going to continue. Hopefully we can have a time for a debate. Hopefully there'll still be time for that. And then hopefully also time for our game of guessing the intro. I don't know where time melts. They say time flies when you're having fun. I'm definitely having fun. It's a lot of fun having the campers and also the other non-campers who are joining us, smart boys and girls, Yiddish Kinderlach and Medelach, that know Bli Ayin Hara, the amount of knowledge. The Rebbeinu Shalom is so proud. The Yiddish Kinderlach are learning the Torah and they know it unbelievably. So we're going to start with the second part of the show, which we have over there, another craft idea. And besides for that, we also have a little bit about how chocolate is made. And then we're going to go on with more live parts. So sit back and enjoy oops, okay, 1 second. Let us get this going. Welcome back to the second part of the show. I want to share with you again another small crafts idea that you could do with modeling clay. And right after that, I also want to share with you just a video of interest about how chocolate is made. We love chocolate, and probably now that we're indoor, we're eating a lot more chocolate. So we'll show you how chocolate is made. The video is not mine. The credits are posted there. Take a look at a craft idea that you could do at home, followed by how chocolate is made. Yum.
For today's activity, you're going to need simple things such as modeling clay, a plastic knife, plastic fork, and a pen.
Let's do another creation out of modeling clay. Hope you got the hang of it with the other project. What we could do now is do something actually even simpler than a birdhouse, and that is create a fruit basket. Now let's begin with some common fruits. Let's start with an orange. We take the orange modeling clay and we roll it into a ball. Okay, now obviously it looks like an orange, but no orange is complete without a little indent on the top. So take the orange and use the fork to push in, okay, just a little space like that. You can use your fingernail to do that. You need a little indent like that. Now that you created this indent, you want to take a little bit of the green and make it be looking like a leaf. Stick it right there next to the indent, and voila, you got yourself a cute little orange. Now let's use some red to create an apple. We're gonna make it into a ball. Still works. And there you go. You got yourself a little red ball. And we're gonna make an indent again, just like that, so that there's a place to put a stem. We're gonna take a little bit of brown, just a tiny bit, and roll it between your fingers so that it creates a stem. Okay. And here we go. Sticking the stem in its place. There we go. And we got ourselves a cute little apple. Now, what's a fruit basket without a banana? Take the yellow and squish it between your fingers and roll it into a tube shape. Tube shape, just like that, a tube, or like kids would call it, a snake. Okay, once you have a tube shape, you want to bend it around your thumb. Just bend it around your thumb, like just much like a banana would be. Okay, now we got ourselves a banana, but of course the tip's got to be black. So take a tiny bit of black, roll it between your fingers, just like that, a tiny bit of black, and put it at the tip of the banana, and another little bit of black on the other side, and a tip of the banana, and voila, you got yourself a beautiful banana. Grapes get complicated. We've got the purple, and we got to start creating a bunch of balls that we want to stick together. We're lining them up, one next to each other, one, and then two, and then three, right next to each other, right over there, and four, okay, and keep on rolling those balls. Green modeling clay. Again, squeeze it between your finger to create a nice little circle, and then just mess up the shape a little bit. Squeeze a little bit here, squeeze a little bit there, make it be misshapen, and use your fingernail to make some marks in it, because grape leaves are with marks. Once you get something like misshapen like this, you're good to go. Put it on the top I hope you enjoy making it, and send us videos and pictures if you do. And now let's take a look how our favorite treat chocolate, how it's made from beans to production. Take a look. Next time you eat chocolate, you make shahakol and thank Hashem for this delicious treat. You'll know just how it's made.
Someone once said that 9 out of 10 people like chocolate, and the 10th person is lying. Which may be why worldwide production has reached a staggering 3 million tons. But turning these fleshy fruits into melt-in-the-mouth treats is an epic endeavour. So, how do they do it? In his North London shop, Paul Young is preparing a new batch of chocolate for his award-winning truffles.
Just by giving someone the best piece of chocolate they've ever tasted, make their day. I mean, you can ruin it as well if they taste it, don't like it. But people come into the shop, they taste a piece of nice chocolate, they go away having tried a truffle in the shop, and they leave the shop with a big smile on their face. That's the whole reason why I'm doing it.
Since its discovery in Central America over 3,000 years ago, the whole world has developed a taste for chocolate. But not all chocolate tastes the same. Like coffee, tea and wine, soil, climate and processing all affect the final flavour.
If someone comes into my shop never having tried anything other than a blended supermarket chocolate, brilliant. We've got 25 others to show them. We start them with a really mild, delicate chocolate, and then they'll come back and have the more exotic, and then a woody, and an earthy, and a spicy.
The source of all this chocolate lies in the tropics. Theobroma cacao, the cocoa tree, only grows in these hot, humid latitudes, within 1,000 kilometres of the equator. Here in the Malaysian cocoa boards plantation, near the town of Temelo, they harvest over 100 hectares of cocoa trees every year. But first, they have to grow the trees. The tiny seeds are planted in bags filled with the coarse, damp soil they need to grow. After a few days, the seeds begin to sprout. And after 4 weeks, they've shot up to 30 centimetres. But it still takes 3 years for these seedlings to grow into trees and start bearing fruit. After waiting that long, the last thing you want is for some pesky insect to come along and nibble into your profit margin. So here they protect each seed in a plastic sleeve. Creepy crawlies aren't the only problem for the cocoa farmers. Getting the fruit off the tree is a challenge. They don't simply fall from the trees. They have to be cut off, one by one. With temperatures in the high 30s, this is hot, hard work, and each of these workers will harvest 1,500 cocoa pods a day. Once the workers have piled up the pods, they're hauled off for processing on another part of the plantation. Extracting the seeds is also done by hand. The seeds inside were once used as currency. 1 would buy a tomato, 4 a pumpkin, and if you really wanted to flash your cash, 100 would get you a turkey. As the local wildlife will tell you, the slippery membrane may taste sweet, but the seeds inside are hard and extremely bitter. Turning them into a tasty treat means leaving them to ferment in vats for 6 days. This breaks down the bitterness and starts to release the essential chocolate flavours. After just the right amount of fermentation, they're laid out in the sun, slowly drying out the unwanted skin. And leaving behind raw, dark cocoa beans, ready to be turned into chocolate. But that means a journey to the grinding factory. Tanjung Pelepus, one of the busiest and fastest growing ports in all of Asia. Ships from all over the world dock here. And in the heart of the port is JB Cocoa. Every year they take delivery of 65,000 tons of cocoa beans from Malaysia, Indonesia and Africa. They arrive in 1 million of these 65-kilo sacks, which are graded and stacked in this vast warehouse. But these beans still don't taste much like chocolate. First, they have to be cleaned to get rid of any impurities and the useless outer shell removed using a process called winnowing. The part of the bean that's left is called the nib. To bring out the chocolatey flavour, these nibs are roasted for half an hour. This develops the aroma, but transforming them into something more appetising means a go in the grinder. Grinding releases the fat inside, and out comes a river of molten cocoa, known as cocoa liquor. To make fine chocolate, this liquor will have to be ground several more times and then mixed with sugar and emulsifiers to produce a solid block of dark chocolate. But of course, not everyone likes dark chocolate. So how do they turn this rich liquor into milk and white chocolate? The solution? Squeeze the living daylights out of it. In this press, the largest of its type in the world, huge hydraulic rams compress the liquor. Out pours cocoa butter. Mixing this with the cocoa liquor, milk and sugar creates milk chocolate, and leaving out the liquor gives you white chocolate. What's left behind are slabs of dry cocoa solids, used in anything from chocolate drinks to cakes. Back in North London, Paul's award-winning confections are made with rich, dark chocolate. Part of chocolate's appeal is that it can be combined with so many other flavours.
We're coming into spring, so we've had a lot of florals like lavender, jasmine, lots of teas flavours, less of the wintry, spicy, warming flavours. And into summer, lots of Japanese, Asian, citrusy flavours.
And if you're feeling really brave, how about Marmite flavour? The current batch is a more appealing sounding passion fruit and Maya honey truffle.
There we go. That's full. It just needs to rest now for about 12 hours to set.
The final covering of chocolate goes on, and once it's set, it's time to see if all that effort has paid off.
Good. Silky smooth, thin shell, balance of flavour.
Now let us take a break with a song by Yaakov Shweki. Take a listen.
יעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כיעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כיעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כיעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס לא יעבוד אודום לא יעבוד אודום בספוילו אלא באהבו אלא יעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כן יעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כן יעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס אל תהיו כן יעבוד עם המשמשים מסורב על מנס לקבל פרס לא יעבוד, לא יעבוד דודו לא יעבוד דודו בספוירו אלו מאהבו אלו מאהבו בטבו לא יעבוד, לא יעבוד דודו לא יעבוד דודו בספוירו
Wow, how powerful. Now we go back to our live part of the show and your questions and answers, my questions, your answers. We'll have some discussions and debates. We'll try to save some time for the the intro song. A lot more coming up. This is Chaverimboyz, Day 9, Camping In. Okie doke, welcome back. Beautiful song. And yes, you know, it's not the hat that makes the Yid. We're all Yidin, Baruch Hashem, we're all serving the Rebbeinu Shalom. And now as we go on to the second part of the show, I want to still continue a little bit with the questions, but we also would like to have a debate. So let us begin with a debate. Homework or no homework? Right now we're at home. So obviously it's homework. It's very funny. If you're working at home, if your parents are making you work, then it's homework. But when we're in school, what do you think? School should give homework or should not give homework? I want to hear two opinions. Let's begin. If you believe they should be homework, then raise a hand. If you believe there should be homework, raise a hand. We want to hear your opinion. Anybody can raise a hand. If you believe is that we should have homework, please raise a hand and let us know. We'll try to understand your opinion, and then we'll take other people's opinion. We have with us Moshe Carr. Moshe Carr believes we should have homework. Moshe?
Yeah.
Moshe, do you have Makas Choshech in the dining room? Why can't we see you? It's like dark.
I'm not in the dining room.
Wherever you are, you're in the photo room. Moshe, you believe it should be homework?
When? In school?
Yes.
When you come home from school, you should do homework at home.
Why? Why do you think it's important to have homework?
Because when you have a test, you should know.
Well, so why don't we study in school for the test?
What?
Why? So then we should study in Chayda for the test. Why are we studying at home?
Just
When we
study
come home,
both.
we should be done with homework. Why do we have homework? Do you believe we should have homework?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, this was for boys who believe we should have homework. They should raise their hand. You don't sound too convinced on the homework part. Okay, let's try to find somebody who really believes we should have homework. Okay, let's see right over here. We have with us. Who do we have with us here? Oh, how are you doing, boys? Rosenbaum's, right? What's your last name? Blum, sorry. Okay, these are the Blums. Where do you live? Lakewood?
Yeah.
Lakewood, New Jersey. So you believe there should be homework. Tell us, why do you believe there should be homework?
Like that, you remember what you learned.
So you're saying is that homework is important for you to remember what you learned. So you believe schools give homework. Do you get a lot of homework from when you're in school?
Yeah.
Okay, and you still believe there should be a lot of homework. Okay, good. Let us pick somebody now. Somebody who believes there should not be homework. Homework should be erased, no more. Tell us why there should not be homework. If you believe there should not be homework, raise your hand and tell us why they should not be homework. We want to hear why there should not be homework. Oh, wow. We have a lot of people who believe there should not be homework. I'm telling you, Bloom boys, we're going to have a real challenge here because there's a lot of people who believe there should not be homework. So let us see. Let's see who they should be. Okay, it's a tough question. There's so many here to pick from. Menachem Moskowitz. Can you start your video, Menachem? Oh, wait, you started your video. Wait. Menachem Moskowitz, we just have to spotlight your video. Where's Menachem Moskowitz? Menachem, where are you? Oh, Menachem, how are you? You believe there should not be homework, right?
Right.
Okay, tell us why not. Why should there not be homework?
I have two reasons.
Go ahead.
One reason is because I want to have fun in my house.
Okay, so when you come home, boom, it's time to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another reason is because I do homework in school.
You do already homework in school. That's a very good point. Well, Bloom family, where did we lose them? Where's the Bloom family here? Wait a second. I got to spotlight them for answers over here. Bloom family, tell us why do you think there should be homework? What do you respond? He's got good points. He says you're already doing work in school, and when you come home, you want to have fun. What do you say?
Today, you have a lot of time.
Well, I'm not talking about. So you're saying even on a regular school day, there's a lot of time?
Yeah.
What time do you finish Chayda?
4:30.
When?
4:30.
Well, there's two different times. Let's talk about with the tzaddik with the glasses. Mati. Which one is Mati? So you're Maishi. Maishi, what time do you finish Chayda?
4:30.
4:30. So you're saying there's plenty of time for homework when you come home. Menachem, what time do you finish Chayda?
5:40.
5:40. Maybe that's where we're starting to see a difference. You see, Maishi, when Menachem comes on 5:40, he don't want to do no work. He finishes 5:40. That's when you finish, or that's when you get home?
That's when I finish.
Oh my goodness, you're not even home before 6 o'clock. Wow. So, Maishi Blum, I think you're starting to understand Menachem here. He's not home before 6 o'clock. He don't want to do no more work. What time do you go to Chayda, Menachem, in the morning?
Like 8:10, 8:15.
Oh my goodness. So you are in school for 10 hours. Do you understand, Maishi Blum, what's going on over here? Menachem is in school for 10 hours. He's in Chayda for 10 hours. When he comes home, he doesn't want to look at a pencil. Nothing. He doesn't want to look at a paper. The only thing he wants to do is to relax and to have a little bit of fun. That's all he wants to do. You get what I'm saying? So now maybe we understand. What do you think would you, Moshe, if you would finish that late, if you would come home 6 o'clock, would you still want homework?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody's saying no, but Mati's saying yeah. Well, Mati, you should try one day coming home from Chai at 6 o'clock and still having to do work. Why don't we pull in somebody else who wants to give us an opinion? Let's lower all hands. Anybody wants to give an opinion either way, raise a hand. You can give us an opinion either way, raise a hand. Anybody who wants to give us an opinion, you're welcome to give us an opinion. We would love to hear from you. Tell us if you still have an opinion over here. Okay, let's see right over here. We got with us, whoops. There we go. We have, who is this? Hi. What's your name? Well, we lost her. We didn't lose her. She raised her hand. I'm not sure who it is, but now we're seeing the ceiling. Who is this supposed to be? If you don't want to be picked, we don't have to. But if you want to be picked, you're on. Okay, well, we lost her. It said Bina. Okay. Well, I guess not. I guess we changed our mind. Okay, now we're seeing the ceiling. I'm getting dizzy from all of that. Let us see, who do we have over here? Oh, wait a second. She's still not muted over there. Why not? Okay. Now let us, let's find somebody else who wants to give us an opinion here. One second, I still hear sounds. Oh, no, Menachem, I haven't. Okay, Menachem is still on, right? You're not supposed to be muted. Menachem, stay on. Wait, we're just trying to figure out over here somebody who is going to give us another opinion. We have with us, I'm not sure who this is. Let's find out. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name, Tzaddik?
Shmuley Hoffman.
Shmuley Hoffman. What do you think about having homework? You hear? Menachem says, no homework. 6 o'clock, come home, poof. And Mati and Moshe say, well, there's plenty of time in the day. What do you feel? Yes homework or no homework?
No homework.
I couldn't hear that. I'm sorry. What did you say?
No homework.
No homework. What time do you come from Chayda? What time do you come home from Chayda?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Which kita are you in?
Dalet.
Kita Dalet, and you come home 5 o'clock? That's so late. Wow, you must be learning a lot. And you're saying no homework. It's too much at 5 o'clock to come home and do homework, correct?
Yeah.
So here's a suggestion I have. If your teacher gives you homework, Mati and Moshe are going to do the homework for you. Mati and Moshe, what do you think about this idea? We send the homework to your house. Mati, what do you think?
Yeah.
I want to hear from the Bloom. What do the Bloom boys think?
Yeah.
Speak up, Bloom boys. We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, you think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bloom boys are saying, and that they're willing to, we should send all the homework to them. They'll do the homework. How many homeworks do you think you can handle? Because we got with us this Tzaddik from Kita Dalet. He's going to send his homework over. Menachem's going to send his homework over. How many homeworks do you think you can handle? Where do we draw the line? How many could you do between you and Moshe? Huh? You don't know a number.
Talking to. They have to come with the homework.
Oh, they have to come with the homework. Here's what I suspect is going to happen. If they come with the homework, you're going to open up a bag of popcorn and you're going to eat popcorn and play outside. I don't think homework is going to get done. That's my suspicion. Well, Menachem, you have an offer. You have an offer from Mati and Moshe Bloom to come do homework with them. They'll do it for you, but you have to come with the homework. So Menachem, you can come there. They'll do the homework. You can listen to the MP3. Okay, Menachem?
Where do they live?
They're in Lakewood. Menachem, you're in Borough Park, right?
Yeah.
We need to find somebody in Borough Park who's willing to do the homework. Thank you again, this Tzaddik. Thank you. I forgot, what's your name? What did you say? Shmuley Hoffman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Shmuley, thank you for coming on this show and helping us out over here. You also want to give your homework. You can send your homework. You're in Borough Park?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for somebody in Borough Park. The Blooms are taking on all the homework from Lakewood. We're going to look for somebody in Borough Park Anybody in Borough Park who believes in homework, raise your hand. If you're in Borough Park and you believe in homework, raise your hand and let us know. What do you think? And maybe, we'll be happy to give you all the homework that everybody wants, Mutty Fish, are you serious now in Borough Park? You're going to be doing people's homework?
I don't want to do people's homework. I want people to do it for me.
Oh, no. That we have a whole lineup. We're looking for volunteers to do the homework. By the way, very fancy background. Mutty Fish, #1 Chaverim fan. Beautiful. Well, no, Mutty, thank you. We're looking for somebody who's willing to do other people's homework. If you're willing to do other people's homework, then raise your hand and then we'll start sending homework towards you. See, not too many hands are being raised because guys are afraid I'm actually going to send it to them. I see the Kleiner kids are willing to do homework for people. Let's find out what's going on. Kleiner kids, are you really willing to do homework for people?
Yeah.
Oh, Shimmy Kleiner.
Yeah.
Shimmy, right? Shimmy is going to do homework for people.
Shimon.
Shimon, sorry. I said Shimon. Shimmy, same, it's similar enough. Okay. I see you, by the way, you're a Lakers fan?
I'm so bored, I want to.
Well, no. That's not going to give you homework now. They're going to give you
I'm
homework.
a Lakers fan.
I see that. They're going to give you homework when school starts. So you're going to have your homework and their homework.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so bored now. All you're thinking is, oh my gosh, if I could do homework, it'll be anything to get rid of the boredom. Well, anyway, so we have a Lakewood offer from the Blooms, and in Borough Park, Flatbush, we have an offer from Kleiner, the Kleiner kids. Apparently, it's a team. Who are you going to do it with? Just yourself, or you have somebody to help you?
I know.
You don't know. You better have a plan because there's going to be a lot of homework coming. You see, Menachem disappeared from the screen. He went to get his homework. Okay. Good to see you all. Thank you very much. This was a very important debate, and we really appreciate this. Let us then now move on this to another important debate. Thank you very much. By the way, if you want to know my opinion, I don't believe in homework. I believe is that when you're learning Torah, who do we still have that's on here that I forgot to mute? I'm not sure. Somebody I forgot to mute. Okay, we'll figure it out in a second. It's not a big deal. Who's you? Who's you? Who did I forget to?
You have to come up with the ball.
I don't know. Actually, what happens is when it disappears from the screen, it's Sudis. Okay, let me try to find it. I got him. Menachem Moskowitz, I forgot to mute. Okay, Menachem, now you're muted. Try. Now you can scream towards the phone. So my personal opinion is no homework, besides, of course, learning Torah. It's different. You got to learn Torah every day. You got to learn Torah Yom V'Layla. But to do math examples, that we do that in school. When you come home, you should be allowed to play. That's my opinion. I'm a principal, and I'm teaching for 15 years, and I let my opinion be made public. And Lahavdo, between me and the Choshev Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Yankov Benda, has written a whole article against homework. Homework was invented for Goyim who come home from school at 2 o'clock. Not when you come home at 6 o'clock. That's my opinion. So no offense, Mati and Moshe Blum. I'm respectful. My opinion, right, is that no homework. So if I have any homework, I'm sending it to the Blums. Okay, awesome. Wow, we're running out of time. Another important question. Should kids be allowed to eat all the junk food that they want? Or do parents stop them from eating junk food? I want to hear your opinion. If you believe that parents should be allowed to eat as much junk food as you want, you're a big boy, and you should be allowed to pick the junk food that you want, then raise your hand. I want to hear from you. Let's begin with the boys who believe that they should be allowed to eat as much junk food as they want. If you are of that opinion, raise your hand. Again, if you're calling by phone, you can raise your hand by pressing *9. I'm looking at for phone people. If they raise their hand, you can raise your hand by *9. If you believe that you should be allowed to eat as much junk food as you want, raise your hand and try to convince us and tell us why. We would love to find out what your opinion is about that and why that is that you think we should be able to eat as much junk food as you want. So we have with us Volvi. Volvi, you're on. Not sure which Volvi. Volvi, how are you, Tzaddik?
Good.
What's going on? What do you think we should be allowed to eat? What's your last name again?
Mayor.
Volvi Mayer. You're a camper of mine.
Yeah.
Yes, even though you're looking down, but I could still recognize you, and I remember the name also. And your little brother there. I mean, he's not so little. The smart brother. What's his name?
Yossi.
Yossi. Okay. So your opinion is kids should be allowed to eat as much junk food as they want. Explain.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, so tell us why. Why do you think that is? Don't you think they're going to eat too much?
because I love junk.
I know they love junk, but if you're a father right now, would you let your kids just eat as much junk food as they want?
No.
Oh, so you want to have all the junk food for yourself, but not let your kids eat all the junk food. That's interesting. Let me ask you, should Yossi be allowed to eat all the junk food?
Yeah.
What do you think? No, if Yossi asks you, if you're in charge, you're babysitting for the night, and there's a closet full of junk food, and Yossi says, let's party. Would you say, Yossi, let's do it, or say, Yossi, no good?
Yeah.
You would let him do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there are boys who disagree. Let's find out. Hold on, and let's speak to boys who feel no, kids should not be allowed to eat all the junk food in the world that they want. And I want to hear from them. If you feel that it's not okay to eat all the junk food in the world, then let us know. Okay. Mayor, stay on there. Stay on there. Okay. Let us. We have somebody else with us here.
It's me.
Hey, Tzadik, how are you? Tzadikin. What's going on? What's your name?
Nussi Greenfield.
Nassim Greenfield. From which cheder?
He's going back to us.
Which cheder?
He's going. What?
From which cheder?
Krasna.
From Krasna cheder. So your opinion. What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you a second. So, in your opinion, junk food, not too much. Tell us why. Why do you think kids should not be able to eat too much junk food?
Because they're gonna eat so much junk food. They're gonna get older. They're not gonna know how to control themselves, and they're gonna eat just junk food. They're not gonna know what real food they could eat.
So you're saying if they eat junk food now, they're gonna get used to eating junk food, and that's all they're gonna eat. And what's wrong with that? Let them eat junk food for 100 years.
They might, but then they're never gonna eat healthy food or anything.
So what
that's
happens?
meant to
What
eat
happens?
for-
So what happens if they're only eating junk food? So they'll eat chocolate. You saw the video about chocolates. It's good stuff. And they're not gonna have a what? I'm sorry.
They're not gonna have a healthy body, and then they might have
so it's
something.
important for them. So it's not only about they're getting used to eating junk food when they get an adult. Even as children, if they're gonna eat junk food, they're not gonna be healthy. Let's find out what is Mayor? What does Volvi think about that? Volvi? I'm sorry. Wait. I forgot to unmute him. Volvi.
Yeah.
What do you say over here? We got a situation. Too much junk food. He says you're not gonna grow well. You're not gonna be healthy. What do you think about that? Well, you got to share with us your opinion. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a tough situation out there, huh? He's got a point out there. Does anybody want to help Volvi convince us to allow junk food? If anybody, raise your hand if you want to convince us, yes, to allow junk food. We got Volvi Mayor on one hand, who says eat junk food, but then he kind of got stuck because we have the boy, the tzaddik. What's your name from Krasna? I forgot your first name.
Nussi.
Nussi tells us, you eat junk food, you're not going to grow well. Your parents have to tell you not to eat junk food. So let's see if somebody can convince us, because Volvi is changing his mind. Yossi thought he's partying tonight. It turns out there's no party tonight because Volvi is changing his mind. So let's see what's going on over here. Let's see what is the, there we go. We got with us Shlomi and Lipa. Shlomi and Lipa. What do you feel?
They eat as much as you want because it doesn't mean every day.
Oh, whoa. So that's not as much as you want. So what do you mean when you say as much as you want?
As you want, but not every day.
So which days should be allowed to eat as much as you want? Mondays?
Whichever day you're bored.
Okay, so so when you're bored, you should be able to eat as much junk food as you want. Okay, so in other words, it's to keep you out of trouble. Is that what you're saying? If you were given the opportunity to eat junk food as much as you want, would you go for it and eat junk food as much as you want?
No.
No, not really. You wouldn't do that.
Other kids I don't really like.
You don't even like junk food? What's your
My
favorite?
brother likes.
What's your brother's name?
Lipa.
Lipa, what is the junk food that you like, Lipa? Which one? I couldn't hear.
All junk food.
All the junk food? Okay, what's Shloimi's junk food that you like? Shloimi or Shloimi? What do you call yourself?
Slimy.
Shloimi, what's your favorite junk food?
We still call him Slimy Zalman.
You're not even sure. What do you call him, Shloimi Zalman?
A lot of people call him Slimy Zalman.
A lot of people call him Shloimi Zalman. Okay. Well, we're going to go with a lot of people then. So we really, it sounds to me that everybody really understands that we don't get to eat too much junk food. This is what it sounds to me like. Chaim Cohen, my son Chaim says he believes you should be able to eat a little junk food. Chaim, what do you come here? Chaim eats junk food anyways. What am I supposed to do? Come here, Chaim. He's in with me in the show. Talk to me, Chaim. Why do you think we should be able to eat junk food?
Because I eat junk food, strawberries with sugar, blueberries.
No, that's not junk food. He eats frozen fruit. That's not junk food. That's
No, but with sugar.
Yeah, that's not a junk food. I'm talking about like licorice and
Yeah,
chocolate.
yeah.
Okay, now see, no chamazel that I'm his father. I don't let him eat junk food because if he would have his way, he would have junk food. Yes, why?
Because there's certain times. Simchas Torah, of course, Purim, yes. But then, if you don't, if you're gonna eat like this much, then I don't want to say what's
I hear it.
So you're gonna eat this much.
Okay, so
before
you're
this
gonna have to go.
much.
So you got to go with what Shlomi and Lipa is saying. Shlomi and Lipa is saying is that only when you're bored. How often do you get bored, Shlomi? How often do you get bored?
Every day, but
Oh
not
my gosh! In that case, you'd be eating every day.
No, but that's only for 1 or 2 minutes.
That's only for 1 or 2 minutes. Okay.
I never get bored. I like eat a lot of junk.
Okay. Thank you, Shlomi and Lipa. What's your last name?
Pillar.
Pillar. So you have the Pillar cousins of yours are my campers, right?
I don't know if we have any.
You don't have? I have a
I
Pillar,
don't think so.
a Yankee Pillar.
He's second cousin or something.
Okay, you don't send him Sholach Monis. Okay, too bad. Gotcha. Okay, thank you very much for coming on the show here. So let's just finish. I want to take one more comment before we start our game. So with us, let's bring this Sadik back on. It seems that at the end of the day, is that everybody agrees with you is that eating too much junk food is no good. That's what it seems to be the case. How about, what is your favorite junk food, by the way, when you do eat? Well, if you have to think that long, it's not a favorite. You don't have a favorite. Okay, all the junk foods are favorite. Is there any junk food that you don't like?
No.
Oh.
Certain candies.
Certain candies you don't like. Well, I'm sure your dentist...
And licorice.
And licorice you don't like. Which one? Oh, yeah, some of the licorices are hard, some are soft. You know, I'll tell you one of the interesting things.
No, because we have too much licorice in my house. I'm over it already.
I got you. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Once you get older, you stop liking junk food. So when you're a kid, you say, when I grow older, I'm going to buy out the candy store. And then when you get older, you couldn't care less about candy. That's the funny thing. Thank you for coming on the show. And then we got with us Volvi. So back to you, Volvi, just to finish this off. It seems that junk food is not popular. Kids like junk food, but they have enough cycle to know junk food is not a good idea. Okay? So be careful there with the junk food. And don't let Yossi sneak up some junk food there when you're not watching. Okay? Yossi, not too much junk food, Yossi. Okay? Got you. Thank you for coming on the show. I want to take a few minutes to play our game of guessing the intro. Wow, time flew and I didn't even cover half the questions. I don't know where all the time went today. We have such smart kids, Bli and Hara, and it's so much fun doing the show. We're going to do an intro again, and we're going to have you guess the intro. And if you can guess the intro, we enter you into the raffle together with the other trivia. Take a listen to this song. You should all know it. It's a relatively new song. You got to tell me what song is it and by whom. Take a listen to this song. Now let's make sure there are no technical glitches. Okie doke. What song is it and who composed that song? I mean, who sings it rather? We we have with us David Witriol. David Witriol. Oh, wait a second. This we already had yesterday. You knew the songs. Wait a second. You're a song champion. Oops, it's frozen again. I think this girl yesterday was a song champion, and then right now she apparently knows the song, but somehow it froze. Let's give it another second. Maybe it will unfreeze. Some people's connections are not as strong. Okay, I don't know where it froze. Okay. Oh no, you're back on. We were almost going to give up on you. So do you know this song as well? Okay, so whose song is it?
Uri Davidi.
Uri Davidi, that's correct. And what's the name of the song?
Nunu.
Nunu, that is right. So last time it was your father who knew the song because it was a song from like before you were born. Is this a song you knew or you had to ask for help?
No, I didn't ask for help.
Well, no, it's okay to ask for help. I'm just curious. Last time it was.
No, I knew it.
You knew this song. Remind me your first name again.
Bailey.
Okay, Bailey Witriol. Okay, is our song champion. Okay, thank you. That was right away. First try. Let us move on. Whoops, let me make sure I mute. And let us move on to another song. Take a listen to these songs. Okay, this is going to be a little bit harder. Okay, maybe this one we should have given to Witriol because she's a song champion. But we're going to try to give others a chance over here as well. This is a little bit of a harder song. Not too old. Take a listen. Okay, I can't go much further. I'm going to give away the whole song. I'm sorry. Raise a hand. I lowered the hands. Raise your hand if you know this song. Who composed it? What's the name of this song? Let us know. Raise your hand. Raise your hand over here. Okay, we've got with us Morgenstern. Whoops, sorry, Morgenstern. Wait. I'm sorry, they ran away from me. The button. Hold on, Morgenstern. Okay, Morgenstern, you are on.
Simcha.
Simcha, first of all, how are you? We had you on the early days of the show, and then we had a picture that I didn't know who it was in the picture, and your mother sent me an explanation about who it is, and I'm embarrassed to say that I don't remember the explanation now. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see if you can remember who it was. Okay, the picture on the wall. Abish was sitting next to a picture of one of the tzaddikim, and I couldn't see who it was. I thought it was the Gereb. But I can look back at the explanation again. If your mother explained to me, and I appreciate that. Yes, Simcha. What is the name of the song? It's actually not Simcha, right? Because Simcha is, you heard that word Simcha. But who sings it, first of all?
Free.
That's right. And what is the actual name of the song? Do you know? What are the words? Give me the words. See, your brother knows it because he has a beard already and he's old enough to know it. And you don't have a beard and you don't know this song because it came out before you were born, probably. Not mamish. A little bit, I'm exaggerating. I think it came out about 8 years ago. How old are you 8 years ago? How old were you?
2.
I actually see a picture of you on the wall right behind you when you're right there. There's a picture of you when you were 2 years old. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that is true. It is Avram Fried, and it is Hafachto Mispedi. You can play it as I write your name down. You guys can hear it if they don't know it. So when you were 2 years old, this was playing in your kitchen, and I can promise you all you knew to sing was Lee, 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 because that was the easy part of the song, and that's all you ran around the kitchen saying Lee, 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 until all your siblings got tired of it and they switched the song. That's why you remember it. Okay, Abish, thank you for coming on the show. Greatly appreciate it. You got it right. We have still a few more minutes. Let's go for another song. Let's go for an easy one. Why make everything hard in life? Let's go for an easy song. Take a listen. That's such a short intro. Okay, it's either you know it or you don't. If you know it, then you know. Wait, I'm lowering all the hands because I forgot to do that. So raise your hand now. Raise your hand if you know which song that is, who sings it, and okay. Let us pick somebody here. Let's pick. Whoopsie. We have with us Burger. You're on, Burger? How are you, Sadik? What's your first name, Sadik?
Leibish.
Leibish Burger?
Yeah.
Okay, Leibish, who sings this song?
Benny Friedman.
That is right. And what's the name of the song?
Charasho.
Charasho. You even say it with the right accent. Charasho. Do you know what the word charasho means? That's fine. You'll get into the raffle even without it. I'm just curious if you know the meaning of the word.
Good.
Charasho means good. That's right. It's a Russian word, charasho. So yes, you got it right. It is charasho, and it's by Benny Friedman. Let's write you down into the raffle. What's your name again? Sorry, you told it to me, but let me write it down.
Leibish Burger.
Leibish Burger. Leibish Burger. Okay. Leibish, which Chay are you from?
Krasner.
Krasner. So we had already today 2 boys from Krasner. Did you know Volby from, not Volby, what was his name? The other boy from Krasner there. The boy, the guy.
Nussi.
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 You know Nussi?
Yeah, he lives on my block.
He lives in, does he eat junk food or he really doesn't? You don't know, huh? Because he looks.
A lot of time junk.
Yeah, he does eat junk. Oh, we're going to call him on again and say, hey, what's going on? You're eating junk and you're telling us you're not eating junk. We're going to have to ask him this soon. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. How are you managing without Chayder, managing at home? Is it hard to be home all the time?
I like being home.
You like being home? So if Krasner Chayder calls tomorrow and they say we have Chayder again, everything is okay, you'd be excited or sad?
Sad.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you now. I'm not going to tell him. But, you know, get ready. At some point, Be'ez Hashem, the Eibush is going to have Rahmanas on us, and this whole madness is going to be over. Zayna Yeshua for all the Yidden, and then we're going to go back to Chayder. But I think at some point, too much vacation is no good. It's like junk food. You know, it's good a little bit, but too much vacation is like junk food. No? What do you think? Make sense? Okay, thank you for coming on the show, Leibish. We're going to do one more. Look at how such smart boys, man, from all over. I keep on saying this. I don't think I was half as smart when I was that age. But I'm really not sure which Chay I want to go to because so many Chaydorim are giving me a good impression. You know, the guy in Kita Dala told me there's no room in his class because I was going to go there, but in Or Moshe, no more room. But maybe if I can go to, you know, to Krasner, we'll see. Okay, let's pick one more before we end the show for today. And very important, the contest for the art contest is open for anybody. It's open to anybody. Send it to me, 347-685-3875, or to Chaverimboyz at Gmail, Chaverim at Gmail. I'm sorry, Chaverimboyz at Gmail, Chaverimboyz at Gmail. And you can, what's it called? You can send to me the art pictures of any form of art. It could be coloring, it can be you know, popsicle sticks, it can be modeling clay on the theme Camping In. We have a place where we're voting for it. I sent it out on the Chaverim group. If a parent who's not part of the Chaverim group wants to know where to vote, you can text me and I'll text you the link. Again, you can text me at 347-685-3875. And I will, you know, send you where to vote. And you guys should get your cousins, your uncle, everybody should vote. We have some guys with 60, 70 votes. I don't know how they're doing it. Yesterday, a parent to ask me how long the voting is going for, because they're working the whole family all night to get votes. So that's, you know, don't forget to send it in. We're going to vote till the end of the week, Be'ez Hashem. Okay, let us do one more song before the end of the show today. One more song, and pay attention, take a listen. Okay. Intro to what song? To what song? If you know which song it is, raise your hand. If you know which song it is, raise a hand, raise a hand, raise a hand. Okay, we got a lot of hands raised. Okay, 1 second, I'm waiting for all the numbers. As you raise a hand, it jumps on my screen. It's very hard to like catch one and to pick it. So that's why I'm waiting. Okay. Let us pick over here. We have Chaim. There's a Chaim. Chaim, you are on. How are you, Tzaddik?
Good, Baruch Hashem.
I missed you since the summer. What's your last name, Tzaddik?
Wurzburger.
Chaim Wurzburger. How are you managing with camping in? Is it better camping out or camping in?
Both the same.
Both the same. Okay. What song is it? Whose song is it?
See Me Live by Shmuley Ungar.
Very good. It is Simi Live, and it is by Shmuley Ungar. Simi Live Ala Neshama. Do you know what the word Simi Live Ala Neshama means? No. It means pay attention to the neshama. Pay attention. Okay, so who do I put down? Like we have the whole family there. If you win it, would you share it with the family?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name again?
Chaim Wurzburger.
Chaim Wurzburger. Okay. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since the summer. Some campers I get to see. I haven't seen you since the summer.
I wasn't in camp this summer. My brother.
Oh, okay. So last summer, whatever. I know you're at camp. I haven't seen you in a long time. So, it's good to see you. Okay, thank you very much for coming on the show. We entered you into the raffle. We're going to end the show in about a moment. Thank you, boys, for coming on. Tomorrow, again, Be'ez Hashem at 3 o'clock. You can keep on sending in videos of what you're doing during the camping in, videos of learning and davening and stuff like that. It's been amazing. Again, a lot of boys, I get texts of boys that they said they weren't picked. We're going to try keep the NP next to your name, never picked, and I try to pick. Obviously, you realize there's a lot of boys on any given time. There's about 150 to 190 devices connected, so it takes, try to get to everybody. It takes time. It's been wonderful having you on the show. Have a wonderful day. Take 10 minutes, go over to your parents, ask what you could do to help. Go say tati or mommy, grandma, uncle, whatever. Please, what can I do to help now for 10 minutes? Your parents are working super hard. Everybody home is not easy for everyone, for anyone. But we are camping in Chaverimboyz. This is day 9, show number 9. And we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow again at 3 o'clock. Be well and stay safe.